Hello, guys. Welcome to Workouts for Older Men. I am Skip LaCour. So glad you're joining me here today. When you come on, say hello. Tell me where you're watching me from. Doing this live on YouTube at Skip LaCour, on my Facebook page at Skip LaCour page, and on TikTok at Skip LaCour. So let's talk fitness. If you're a little bit older, you have a busy, productive life, and confused by all the fitness strategies. I want to use my 37 years of experience. I'm a former 6-time national champion drug-free bodybuilder. All the different strategies that are confusing you. I learned from the very best. I did all the trial and error that you don't have enough time or energy or the desire to do to work out all these strategies. I want to help you differentiate what's important and what's not. And that's what this YouTube channel, Facebook page, and TikTok page is all about. Got lots of videos for you here. When you come on, say hello. Tell me where you're watching me from. If you're new here, let me know that. If you're new here, make sure you follow. And again, ask any questions that you have. Be more than happy to answer them for you this morning. This is Workouts for Older Men Live. J. Adam, Moss, Breezy, Yanni, Love Music, Fitz. Welcome, gentlemen. Come on in. Welcome on YouTube. Again, if you guys have any questions, say hello. Hello on Facebook. What are you guys working out today? Do you guys work out on weekends? It's Saturday morning. Are you working out today? Which body parts are you working out? If you guys have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. If you're on TikTok and you're just scrolling through, let me know if you're new here. Let me know what part of the world you're watching me from too. Welcome. Make sure you're on all my social media platforms. If you're on TikTok, make sure you're on YouTube and Facebook. Got 500,000 people over on Facebook, 542,000 actually. So there's a lot of interaction of men who are just like you, sharing their comments of the blog posts, the podcasts, the videos, short videos, long videos, the articles that I write over there, sharing their opinions, their workouts, their diets, their information over there. So make sure you're on my Facebook page too. It's a little bit easier for me to communicate there all day long. Whereas I need to create videos or go live on TikTok here. So if you want to immerse yourself in information with men who are just like you, make sure you're on all my social media platforms. Also visit my skiplacour.com website. Got lots of information for you here. You guys need a workout routine. A lot of guys need structure. A lot of men who I help, they may be in their 50s, they may be older, but they haven't been training for 25 years, maybe 25 months, or even 25 weeks. That is good too. All right. Again, I know there's a lot of information out there. A lot of it's presented by the younger, passionate fitness experts. Hey, Jimmy, thank you for the follow. Thank you so much for the follow. Probably the best thing to do when you first start following me is to jump into my playlist. Over on TikTok, my playlists are right above my 3 columns of videos. Go to my 30 lessons in 30 days, right? I've got 30 videos, 4 to 6 minutes long. I break down the most commonly asked, the biggest challenges when it comes to building muscle, losing body fat, and really understanding how this process, going about it in the most effective and efficient way, ending your confusion and frustration. So even when you're doing some things right, sometimes it's helpful if you understand why you're doing what you're doing. All right, so hey, thank you so much for those hearts. Tap that screen over on TikTok. Gets more men on this live broadcast this morning. Thank you so much for being here. You guys have any questions? I know you might be scrolling through early on this Saturday morning. It's 3:43 a.m. Pacific time where I am. I can always start my day. Before I start my day, going live, helping you out, adding to all the videos. So if you're new here, I've got videos that are 15-second long to hour long, I think. I've got a lot of half-hour videos, so I can go in depth, or just short couple-minute videos. So podcast, instructional videos, motivational videos, they're all there, all designed for men who are a little bit older, all right? So all this information is for you. Thank you so much for tapping that screen, getting those hearts flowing. Thank you for the follow. Guys, make sure you follow. Say hello if you're on YouTube. See you watching there. Say hello if you're on Facebook. Early this morning where I am. Again, it's 3:44. Answering your questions. I want to support all the videos that I have here waiting for you. Give you some more context, all right? Just trying to stop drinking and lose fat. Any advice? How old are you, Levi? We talk about the stop drinking part, right? Lose that body fat. Are you working out? How old are you, Levi? 37. What part of the world are you from? And are you working out? Get into a gym right now? Where are you in the process? Are you just starting out? You want to get started out? And the drinking thing. Idaho, okay. You got a family? 37? The drinking thing. Yeah, you got a family. Now, what is that? Is that to wind down from all your stress, the drinking thing, or just a habit you've been into for a long time? And that's gonna affect a lot of things. The drinking part. Losing the body fat is going to be with your diet, pretty much before even working out. You've been drinking a long time. Yeah. Shrimp toothpaste. That sounds interesting. Shrimp toothpaste. Thank you so much for following. How old are you, sir? Again, this is Workouts for Older Men. Hey, shrimp toothpaste. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate that gesture. Welcome on YouTube. Tell me if you're on YouTube, if you've been watching my page for a while. Shrimp toothpaste and Levi Fitzgerald, both 37. Okay. Is this your first time here? Shrimp toothpaste, or have you been following me for a while? Guys, dig into my playlist, 30 Lessons in 30 Days. If you are on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow on Facebook. Facebook, say hello when you're watching. Join the service. What service? Military service there, Jones up. What does that mean? What does that mean? Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome to Workouts for Older Men. Say hello. If you're watching me, YouTube, Facebook's just scrolling through. Make sure you follow. I've been working out. Just a sense, so because you're not losing the fat. I'll tell you, you can be working out, but you're going to have to pay attention to your diet and calorie consumption. That's number one. I mean, a lot of men actually, they find me, they punch in Workouts for Older Men. They see all the videos that I have. I mean, hey, I want to lose body fat. And it's primarily most men in their 50s. Sure, they want to build muscle, but they want to be healthy, fit, lose that body fat. So they'll punch in Workouts for Older Men, assuming that the workout is the most impactful thing they can do to lose that body fat. But it's going to really be your diet, calorie control. I mean, so much, you want to eat healthy foods. You want to do this for longevity, health, and fitness. But to lose that body fat, it's going to be all about calorie control. Do you pay attention much to that, Levi? What are your habits? You just are you at least conscious of it at all? Have you lost a lot? A lot of guys, they'll get into this, start working out, start watching what they eat, and they'll lose weight. They have a lot of easy weight to lose, right? So they might lose 20 pounds. They don't know how many calories. They don't count macros or percentages, or they're not overly concerned about how much protein they get. They just kind of eat sensibly, limit their food, right? Eat less junk food, and that'll work. Usually, the easy pounds come off, then it starts slowing down, and then you really have to start knowing what you're doing. A lot of times, again, this is just me helping out thousands of men, and I actually talk to men, right? So I do a lot of these videos. You see the videos that I post and all the comments. So obviously, I've had in my 37 years, I've had thousands of interactions with thousands of men, but certainly that much I've actually talked to you gentlemen on the phone. So the challenge that you're going through is new to you, but it's not new to me. Just like most things in life, there are certain organizing principles and certain patterns people fall into when they struggle. All right, and what normally happens when you just clean up your diet and you eat clean and you lose a lot of easy. It probably wasn't that easy for you, but the easier fat. Now you're stuck. Now you plateaued. Now you're doing the same things, and you're no longer losing weight. Certainly not at the rate that you were. That's normal. That's normal. Many times, what men do, and there's no reason for this. They didn't, they didn't read this in a book, but it's just the pattern of men, and they look pretty good too. So it isn't like they're really fat, but when they just instinctively eat and they just clean up their diet and avoid certain foods, the pattern is that they eat about 1,200 calories or so. Now, of course, they don't count them. They're just trying to eat sensibly, not eat too much, limit their food intake, stop eating foods, quote unquote, that are bad for them, right? But I find out that where they lose that initial weight, it seems to be about 1,200 calories. Again, they don't know, they don't count. And that's too little food. So that's what gets you the progress, probably keeps you going because you're watching the weight drop on the scale. But then when you plateau, when it stops, that's usually the cause. You got to do something counterintuitive. I know it doesn't sound right, but you got to eat more food, right? I dropped a lot of the bad foods that I ate. Yeah, right. I started lifting heavy, 405-pound deadlift and 300-pound bench. I didn't squat. Okay. Dang, that's heavy for me, Levi. Welcome, gentlemen. Early this morning, coming on to live, drawing attention to all the posts, all the videos, all the podcasts, all the images, all the instruction, essays, stories, long videos, short videos, short truth bombs, right? Have all of those. Make sure you're on all of my social media platforms, and make sure that you go to my skiplacour.com website. If you're a podcast person, punch in Skip LaCour or the Workouts for Older Men podcast on your favorite podcast platform. So welcome. Make sure you follow. Hey, thank you so much for the follows, guys. Shrimp Toothpaste, thank you so much for the gifts. And tap that screen, guys. Get more men coming on here. Get those hearts flowing here this morning. If you guys have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. And make sure you follow. Welcome, guys. So I'll be doing in the month of December. My commitment is to do this live broadcast at this time. Now during the week, it'll probably be a lot better for a lot of you guys here right now on Saturday morning, where I am in the world. Tell me what part of the world you're from. Benku, hello. So on your morning commute, a lot of men, a lot of more serious men, it's not mandatory, but a lot of them work out early in the morning. So I come on at, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, Pacific time, 6 a.m. Eastern time. Get your morning commute, maybe while you're getting ready for work, maybe you're in the gym, maybe you're already doing cardio. So get geared up for the beginning of the year. Just talk more fitness, get more clarity. Ben Koo, you're from California. What part of California? I know you've told me that before. What part of California are you from, Ben Koo? Shrimp toothpaste from Tennessee. So tell me, what's the story behind shrimp toothpaste? If I clicked your link, would I know? Lake Isanor. Where's Lake Isanor? Where is that? Shrimp toothpaste. Your account is private. So tell me the story behind shrimp toothpaste. That sounds like a toothpaste that you want to use at night. Probably not the best morning toothpaste. Okay, Riverside, Canada. Okay. Yep, his family. Okay. Actually, very early, about 4 years old, before I moved up to California at 4 years old, I used to live in Riverside. So right down there with you, Ben Koo. Actually, it's probably one of the more traumatic events in my life. It's an interesting story. Yeah. So Ben Koo, are you familiar? Well, I guess I haven't really been in that area that much, but lived in Mount Rubidor, right? There was this massive fire, right? I think there's a lot of fires down there, right? So, back at that time, I was 4 years old. I was with my brother. And, you grew up in Orange County. What part of Orange County? Yeah. So, anyway, there's this massive fire. And back in those days, you used to leave your kids at home. I think at 4 and 5 years old, home alone, right? And we lived right on the base of Mount Rubidor there. And there was a fire up in the hills and all the smoke and all the sirens. To this day, it's emblazed. Harbor Heights, okay. It's emblazed, no pun intended, in my brain because I'm 4 years old. I'm hearing all this fire. I'm looking out the bedroom window, see all the smoke, all the sirens, all the people running around. And here I'm at 4 years old, Yeah. I was going to tell some stories, but just, I thought you were my age. What age are you? Shrimp, toothpaste. I work all over Southern California. What do you do? Thank you. 37. Yeah. Tell you, married and had kids about 13 years ago, and I think I've aged twice as much in the last 14 years or so. Historical restoration. Okay, carpenter. Nice. So those jobs, is that the government contracts they contract somebody and then somebody contracts you? Lots of money in the government if you can get a hold of some of their pile of money, right? There's plenty of money when you get one of those government contracts, right? But you got to are you the guy who gets the government contracts or a contractor gets it and then they find you? Because it sounds like, you want to be the guy who gets the contracts. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of accountability there. Oh, you get the contracts? Well, good for you. Oh, lots of it. I work for a company. Okay. to be that company guy. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome to Workouts for Older Men. So glad you're here. You guys have any fitness questions? I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Thank you for tapping that screen. Levi, thank you for the gifts over on TikTok. I appreciate that gesture. So my vision is, if I come on here at the same time, I've been doing about this time for a while, you know. Hey, thank you for sharing the live shrimp toothpaste. But I've been doing this show live on TikTok in the morning. You know, up until, I don't know, geez, it's been a month ago already. Jeez. Until about a month ago, I was doing this every single day, 7 days a week at this time, doing it for an hour and a half. Not so much in the last 3 weeks or so. It's probably cut down to 5 days a week, right? But I'm gonna start doing this. I'm started opening up into, this is like, yesterday was the first day I'm doing it live on YouTube and on Facebook and on TikTok at the same time. So, planning on doing this every single morning, maybe even going on Instagram too. I've got one more phone that I can go live on Instagram too. So what like I said, on all my platforms, whether it's YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, I've got so many videos, so many podcasts, so many things from you to learn from. I mean, this is definitely a channel. I don't talk about gossipy things or, if anything, that's above, beyond fitness, how to build muscle, how to lose body fat, systems, strategies, diet suggestions, workout suggestions. Besides, information that you need to learn. I talk a lot about mindset, maybe blend a little bit of life as we go through, the journey of life at this age, right? So this is definitely the channel to learn. So I've got so many videos and articles, depending on what platform you're on, for you to learn. So make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe, and right here on TikTok, make sure you subscribe. So I'll start showing up on your feed every time I post the videos. Every time I go live, you'll be alerted. You can join me live, like coming on here and meeting new men who are older and maybe don't know about my 37 years as a competitive bodybuilder. Just meeting me now, that's great. Maybe you're here because you're into fitness. Maybe you're here, kind of just popped up on your screen because you're a little bit older. Doesn't matter why you're here, right? Make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe, start digging into my videos, start joining me live every morning. And so talk fitness, get some questions flowing, all right? Maybe you can learn from the questions that are answered by other guys. I've got an audio book for you. Spoken My Way, Fitness My Way. It's an hour of power. What it'll do, it will get you focused on what you need to focus on, and by, process of elimination, all right? Through process of elimination, you'll start seeing all the things that may be interesting, but may be confusing, not that important. So if you text me, I will send you a link and you can download my audiobook absolutely free. Play some excerpts of that.
Who I am,
why this book and why it matters to you. Gentlemen, welcome to Spoken My Way, Fitness My Way. My name is Skip LaCour, and I want to thank you for trusting me with your time and attention. I don't take that lightly. I'm a 6-time national champion in drug-free competitive bodybuilding. For nearly 4 decades, 37 years, I've been obsessed with figuring out what really works when it comes to building muscle, losing body fat, and creating like a life of health and fulfillment.
Thank you for sharing
I've
the
been
video.
obsessed with helping men like you, men who are
Sicilian.
older, men with busy, productive lives, men who have already succeeded in business. In fact,
Hey, thank you so much for all those likes, tapping that screen. I appreciate all those hearts flowing through. Get more men here on this Saturday morning. I know you worked hard all week. A lot of guys are still in bed, and that's good too.
family and contribution, men who know there's still another level waiting to be reached. When you listen to fitness advice on the internet, it can feel like a fire hose of confusion. Everyone's shouting at you, more sets, more reps, longer workouts, stricter diets, extreme lifestyles. And the truth is, a lot of those voices belong to younger guys who simply don't understand your life. They don't understand your responsibilities, your priorities, your body at this stage of the game. I do, because I've lived it, because I've coached thousands of men who've lived it, and because I've made it my mission to help men like you cut through the noise, simplify the process, and finally get the results you've been chasing. This audiobook is not a list of cookie cutter workout plans. It's not another pep talk about grinding harder. This is my life's work, told in my voice, through my stories, through the lessons I've learned in the gym, in business, in life, and as a husband and father. Here you'll find strategies that are efficient, sustainable, and effective. You'll hear analogies, examples, and real-world coaching lessons that stick. And at the end of every chapter, I'll give you a next step, a way to connect with me directly so we can go even deeper together, because information alone won't change your life. It's connection, guidance, accountability, and trust that make the difference. So let's get started. Let's get into Spoken My Way, Fitness My Way. Chapter 1, Why Older Men Need a New Fitness Playbook. Gentlemen, if you're listening to this audiobook, chances are you've accomplished a lot in life. You've built a career, raised a family, handled responsibilities most people couldn't imagine. But when it comes to fitness, when it comes to taking care of your body as you get older, you can't just play by the same rules you did at 25. The game has changed, and it's time for a new playbook. Here's the truth. The fitness industry doesn't talk to you. It's full of loud, young voices, guys with endless energy, guys who live in the gym, guys who don't yet know what it feels like to wake up with stiff joints, to juggle business calls between sets, to carry the weight of a family on your shoulders while also trying to carry the weight on the barbell. When you follow their advice blindly, you're setting yourself up for frustration. Why? Because their lives are different, their bodies are different, their priorities are different. That doesn't mean you can't build muscle, lose fat, and look great in your 50s, 60s, and beyond. It just means like you need a system that respects where you're at, a system that values efficiency over excess, a system that simplifies instead of complicates. I call this the fitness playbook for older men. It's not about doing less, it's about doing the right things. It's not about training longer, it's about training smarter. It's not about eating perfectly, it's about eating consistently. And here's the most important part. It's not just about your body, it's about your mind, your confidence, your energy, your ability to lead your family and dominate in your career. Fitness is the foundation that supports everything else. So in this book, I'm giving you that playbook, page by page, chapter by chapter, story by story. The rules are different now, but the opportunity is greater than ever. Because when you finally crack this code, when you finally get it right, you'll not only transform your body, you'll transform your entire life. Don't just listen, act. If you're ready to create your own playbook, go to talkwithskip.com right now. Fill out that questionnaire, take a picture and send it to me if you want. Show me you're serious, and I'll personally reach out. The men who win are the men who take that next step. Chapter 2, My Story. From competitive bodybuilding to coaching men like you. I didn't wake up one day as a 6-time national champion.
So that's my book, Spoken My Way, Fitness My Way. Text me at the number on the screen. I'll be more than happy to send you a copy of that. All right. Welcome, 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 gentlemen. Hey, thank you so much for all those hearts. Thank you for the follows, guys. Thank you for the gifts, Levi's, shrimp toothpaste. You guys have any questions here this morning? Got lots of answers for you when you follow, when you subscribe. Got lots of videos here, all waiting for you. Simple and effective strategies. All right. How many of you, this is not your first time watching me? This is not your first time. Not my first time, right? Ben could see you all the time here. Appreciate you being here. Deepak, Josh, love from India. So glad you're here. Is this your first time here, Deepak, over on YouTube? Is this your first time here? Guys, say hello over on Facebook. I want to know who's watching this. All right. Guys have any questions? Be more than happy to answer them for you. Go to my playlist, 30 Lessons in 30 Days. If you go to my skiplacour.com website, punch in skiplacour.com/lessons, and you'll see them all listed there. In India, they are huge fans of yours. Well, that's nice. I appreciate that, Deepak. So glad you're here. Waking up early this morning. It's 4:11 in the morning here. Start looking to watch me go on live here in the morning. Be here as long as there's interest. But you know, the thing about going live here is that can answer your questions, remind you what you're trying to get accomplished here with your fitness, answer any questions that you have, but really alert you to all the videos that I have prepared for you to learn from. This is definitely a channel to learn from. You're a 3 a.m. guy, yeah. So do you? Yeah. So you're a carpenter. So you're just starting your day, right? Even though it's the weekend, are you working today, Binku, on this Saturday? You work on weekends, but you still get up early because it's 4:00. 4:00 in the morning. You get up this early on weekends, and if you do, why? Now, I know I get up this time to visit with you. What time is it in India right now, Deepak? We got 2 early basketball games today. Yes, your program. Now, are you going to work out today? It's 5 p.m. Saturday night in India, okay? 5 p.m. Saturday night. And so you're about 12 hours ahead in India. So look forward to the show about this time every day, 7 days a week. That's the promise, right? If you're on Facebook, say hello. Rest day. So I'll just go on a nice walk today. That sounds nice. You have family, Binku? Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome to Workouts for Older Men. If you guys have any fitness questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Hey, make sure you follow so you'll be alerted every time I go live. And thank you so much for all the hearts tapping that screen, getting more men on here, more followers. I appreciate that. A few more every single day. Again, go to my playlist, 30 Lessons in 30 Days, probably the best way I can help you most effectively and efficiently help you. You're getting ready for working out? Nice. Your wife and 19-year-old son. That sounds fun. Get some of my posts in for the day, my social media posts. When am I coming to India? You know, that's interesting that you asked that, right? And then with the new year coming up, right? So, you know, way back when, before, you know, I was married, I like, where is that? That's interesting with the new year coming up. See this right here? This is my 9 one-year goals. This is my goals. It's a whole manual, and it's from created January 1st, 1997. Wow. How many of these goals have I actually reached? I need to revisit this. Anyway, so all in great detail. And then I journaled that year. So this is all the way in October 1997. That's 29 years ago. How has my life gone in 29 years? December 28th. Let me see what was 29 years ago. Let me look. What was on? What did I do on December 7th? Crap, this is crazy. This is crazy. I need to go over this as I do my goals But anyway, what I was saying is I remember that was in my goals to travel around the world, you know, with my family, right? Going to events, speaking at events. I'm not sure that's, you know, that we're really into, you know, our sports and everything like that. Traveling isn't good for the level of sports that we're doing. But let's see, I'm 43, and this is the first time in my life I've exercised, gotten healthy. Awesome. Good, good, good. Well, let me know what I can do to help you. And guys, look, if you're watching this, whether it's live on a replay version, and you want some help, go to talkwithskip.com. That's you can click the link in my bio over on TikTok. All right, click that link in my bio. Go to talkwithskip.com. Fill out that questionnaire and fill it out thoroughly. Right? Text me a picture, whatever you feel comfortable with is fine, and I will reach out to you. After learn everything about you. So you can go to talkwithskip.com. So let's see. What were my thoughts 29 years ago? And my journal here. This would be a good little clip to post here. So welcome, hey, welcome on Facebook, YouTube. I'm gonna film a little clip here. So the new year is almost here. People making New Year's resolutions, and I don't know how you feel about New Year's resolutions. I'm a big fan of them. And now I know a lot of men, if I were to post this, hey, do you make New Year's resolutions? If I were to post them on my social media platform, ask that question. I already know what the answer is going to be because I've done this every year about how to get more out of your workouts. Look better in the mirror, feel better, long, healthy life. More out of your life. Most of the hardcore men, they'll post the type of men who will post those. I don't make New Year's resolutions. I live that way 24/7, 365. I don't need to make New Year's resolutions. And I get that. I appreciate that. Definitely type of men who are attracted to my website, my social media platforms. They've got high standards. They're winners. So I get all that, right? I like to use the beginning of the year to kind of reflect about where I've come, not just in the past year, and set some goals for the new year. It's a breaking point to make me stop and think. So I'll think about everything I've done well and keep it going. Maybe a deeper appreciation for all the hard work and the things that I've been successful with. But also it's a time to take a break and reflect. What I'm doing? Am I effective? Is it putting me down the right path? Right. So I encourage you, and I want to talk about that. Join my live broadcast. We'll do a little bit of priming ourselves this month as we head into the new year. If you want to join my special group called Dominate 2026, it's the ultimate 2026 men's transformation journey. I'm taking men on a journey. We going all the way till April 1st. So we're doing the first 3 months, and we're getting together now, setting the stage right now. But as I prepare, I'm looking at this. It's a little journal, right? It's a little journal, and these were my thoughts 29 years ago, right? So I started, this is a journal, and it was created January 3rd, 1997. And so I kind of went forward to today's date. Right now, it's the 6th of December, right? So you can kind of see all of my thoughts. And part of setting goals is to really think about where you are, where you're going, but what really drives you. So a lot of men, they come to me, and they know it at some level that it's not just about losing the body fat, building muscle, getting more consistent with your workout habits, the eating habits. It's like what feelings and emotion, what sense of control to bolster all areas of your life. So fitness is much more than the way you look in the mirror. Even extending your life, the number of years that you live, it's adding more passion and fulfillment to your life. So I was just kind of looking here, and I was looking at some of the goals that were, and some of them, I hit. Some of them, I don't know how much I thought about it in these last, 29 years, to be perfectly honest, right? 28 years, 29 years, right? So this is what, and now remember something, I got married 14 years ago and I got 2 kids, but this is, so didn't get directly here, but the direction was planted, right? So this is on December 6th, 1997, right? Reading my notes. What drives me? Great family, loving, caring wife, great kids too, all right? So just by the way, so this was, this was 29 years ago. Brooklyn and Jace are 10 and 12, right? Thriving business, make a global difference, help other people on a massive worldwide scale, become the most respected, most influential bodybuilder, right? Those are still in my bodybuilding days. I'm 22 years retired from competitive bodybuilding. So at this time, so what does that mean? That I stopped competing. I guess I'm always a bodybuilder. I stopped at 5 years after or so, this, I guess. Win Team Universe. I did that twice, right? Mr. America, Natural Universe. I don't really remember that title being much. Best bodybuilding writer in print. In print. Tells you how things have changed. Do we read anything in print in magazines anymore? Book author. Written several books. Total peace. Don't think I've achieved total peace quite yet, if that's possible. Total peace but constant growth. I wonder if that's even possible. Total peace but constant growth. Openly loving family and friends. Give 1,000% at what I do, using my physiology 100%. Make a difference with my family, live with no fear. Use all of my talents each and every day. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the journey. I wonder how I'm doing on this. So this is from my journal. 29 years ago. Is that right? No. No, this was in 19. So what is that? 28 years ago. Okay. Yes, 28 years ago. Let me get that straight here. What I learned about myself. I must use my gifts, use my physiology to its fullest to become the best I can be, and enjoy the process. Enjoy the process with no reservations, totally uninhibited, in a playful manner. I can't worry about what other people. Success, confidence, and it will bring negativity in people. That will happen. I must focus on what I want, not what I don't want. It's interesting, it sounds like maybe it was being on the internet way back 30 years ago, and being exposed to the haters, because let me tell you, I'm very hardened to all the haters. I could really care less about what people think at this stage, but I think, if you got exposed to all the criticism every single day for the last, along with all the great things, right? Because that's definitely not a concern of mine these days. But I guess, you face it every day. Let's see. Oh, decisions that radically changed my life. Quitting my job. Let me focus on my passion, which I am becoming outstanding at. Making a difference and earning a great living, and also freed up my time to enjoy a loving, committed relationship. I don't know if that happened right away. All right, let's see. Going to the Zig Ziglar seminar at 21. Started the process of peak performance and self-improvement. Years stacked upon years and they've helped me overcome challenges in the past, led me to my present, and creating my compelling future. And then I put in some affirmations. I am guided, I have decided, I am committed and resolved. All decisions must be made from a peak state. I wrote that a couple times for whatever reasons. I don't know, I have mixed emotions, reading all my detail. Whoa. Again, so this is a journal that I wrote out 28 years ago on this day, reading the entries on this day 28 years ago. A lot of things accomplished, a lot of things I need to revisit, see how I want to accomplish, right? So I don't know if you're a guy who's reflective or you just kind of go with the flow. I get a lot of growth. And like I said, just glancing through there, I'm going to really go through that this month. I want my next 30 years to be even more productive. All right. All the lessons that I've learned, all the growth, all the mistakes, right? If you want to go through that process, if you want to do a goal setting session with me, right? We could talk about fitness, your goals, but also take you through the process, through there, I saw there was a couple of very intense Tony Robbins Date with Destiny 5-day seminar, a 3-day seminar. That was in Maui. I saw that, and one in Dallas. So I want to share with you what I've learned and take you through a peak performance emotional process to set goals. If you're the type of man, this fitness is more than just building muscle and losing body fat and creating good workout eating habits. It's more to you. Reach out to me. I want to help you make 2026 a great year. Start preparing for it now. Fill out that questionnaire at talkwithskip.com. You can click that link over on TikTok. Click that link in my bio. Fill it out thoroughly. Also, you want to make sure you text me a picture. Whatever you feel comfortable with is fine. You don't need to take off your shirt. All right. But you will have totally set the table and know everything about you, where you're going, where you've been. And I will review that questionnaire and I'll reach out to you. All right. So I'm all excited about 2026. Those are just for the men who get excited about the new year and the reflection and goal setting. I mean, I'm driven by goals, right? I love the journey, whether I fail or succeed. I always got to be growing, right? And as you can see from my journal from 28 years ago, that been doing this a long time. I want to help you through the process too. All right, so go to talkwithskip.com, fill out that questionnaire, fill it out thoroughly. Text me a picture and I'll reach out to you. All right? Seize the day, yes. Hey, K Surge, thank you for the follow. Appreciate all the follows. Appreciate all those hearts tapping that screen. Welcome to Workouts for Older Men and Gentlemen. I am Skip LaCour, so glad you are joining me. If you're a little bit older, you have a busy, productive life. All right, and maybe a little confused by all the fitness strategies. Maybe you're doing pretty well. Maybe there's something that you're missing. I'm not quite sure. Be more than happy to help you. Make sure you follow, go to my playlist, 30 Lessons in 30 Days. Watch those videos 4 to 6 minutes at a time. Do a lot of one-on-one coaching with men. So there's a lot of, when you break down this whole fitness world, so when you break down men's fitness journeys, right, we all start with different levels of experience. What we know about training, a lot of men who I help, they're in their 50s or older. They didn't work out consistently, maybe brief periods of time, but they took care of their family and their business. But now they want to take care of their bodies, put more attention on themselves after doing such a great job of taking care of other people, their family, the kids, wife, their business, and all the people who have depended on them and work with them, right? But now they want to put some of that attention on themselves. Some just want to get in a pattern, right? Some really want to get fully immersed, right? They want to take that same drive that they had with their business and want to get into this whole fitness thing, and I can help them do that. Some have, they want to see how far they can push this, even though they're a little bit older. And some just want to lose the 30 or 40 pounds that they've put on over the years, right? So lots of different starting points, a lot of different ultimate goals. And I help all the older men. All the information that I do is kind of tailored to what generally are physical limitations or perceived physical limitations, our time frames, our values, our priorities, right? So when you get on this internet, like I said, the vast majority of people training in the gym are younger people, right? 20s through 30s. Probably done a little survey, but that's probably where, the most of the people who work out, most of the fitness influencers are sharing their passionate information. All right, so a lot of the men who I help, they're watching this and I can't do that, or I don't have time for that. They respect what the younger guys are doing. They respect their passion, how deeply they're digging into the subjects. But a lot of times they know that that's for a younger man with maybe not quite the same priorities. But what a lot of older men do when they jump into this, and it's causing so much confusion, frustration, overwhelm, is they're trying to pick and choose, knowing they can't do everything and spend 2 hours a day, 7 days a week, and do workouts while they're talking to you. They understand that those younger guys, the fitness influencers who are giving the information, they realize that they can't do all of that. But they're smart guys that are accomplished in life, but they haven't achieved the body that they want quite yet. So they're doing a very poor job of picking and choosing the information that's presented. A lot of times you'll hear, there's so much bad information out there. I don't know about that. It isn't quite as complicated as sometimes we might think, but just how the information is presented. It's different context, different priorities, right? And so that's more than, misinformation, right? There's certain organizing principles to working out and eating right, that if you know those and then you have enough confidence and certainty, you could just do the work. You've got the work ethic, right? And I get it. I mean, I've talked to a gentleman yesterday, and this is quite common. You're going to go to the gym, seems pretty simple. Join a gym, and you see all these machines, you kind of saw them online. But then you realize, well, which body parts do I train in, which orders, and and the whole eating thing we tend to avoid. So it's simple, but I know that it's not easy to sort all this out. And that's what I do. I help men sort all this out. A lot of men, they don't really have the time or the brain space, the energy to be spending all this time on social media. So they hire me as a coach. And 1, 3, 12 weeks, I take them through a process with not only learning what to do, giving you a workout plan and a diet. That's the easy part. That probably isn't nearly as complicated as you might think. But you understanding enough, feeling confident enough, knowing how the process works. How much weight am I really going to lose? How much muscle am I really going to gain? When will I see results? If you don't know that process, you could be doing a great job. But because it doesn't meet your expectations, but what are those besides your ambition and desire? How are you forming those expectations? You could be doing everything right, but it just feels so wrong. And then that's when you change routines or start doing a different diet, or maybe you don't have quite the motivation to keep on doing what you're doing. And if you don't have high standards during your workouts or your high standards in the way you eat, you're not going to get the results. So I help men, guide them through that process, teach them the process week by week, and also keep them accountable, right? For the men who are most attracted to the message, They see someone my age, someone who's done it a long time. I pride myself not to, as a former 6-time national champion drug-free body, but it's really not about me at this point. I mean, that gave me the experience to all the different strategies that you learn. I did them. I performed at a high level, but now I can differentiate what's important and what's not. But really what I pride myself is being a teacher for those men who want to go on that journey. They don't want to drag this trial and error process out for, I don't know, a couple of years when you can get it in weeks with right coaching and mentors. So if you're the type of guy who does what it takes to get who he wants, that being more effective and efficient with your time, getting coaching, mentorship, guidance, accountability, in 12 weeks, you will catch up to my 37 years of experience of all the things you need to do, right? All our calls are recorded so you can refer to them long after we spend our time together and get more and more comfortable. So it's just a matter of getting to work. Now, you still got to do the work, of course, but it's a lot easier to do that work when you're more certain and confident that everything's been explained to you. And you don't have to go through all that trial and error. So go to talkwithskip.com, fill out that questionnaire, text me a picture. If that sounds interesting, I'll talk to you about your situation after reviewing it. And we'll see if one-on-one coaching is a good fit for you. K-Surge, thank you for the follow. Can I? I didn't see the first part of your comments. Heart RX. So it didn't come through, but I'm not sure he asked me. Let's see here. Do you think push-ups, pull-ups, and squats and planks are decent for home workouts? I think it is. Depends on your goals. Those type of workouts are great. If you want to speed up the process, muscle overload with weights just speeds up the process, but that would be a good workout. So can you? Don't know what the first part of your question is. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for this Workouts for Older Men. Again, thank you so much for the likes and the follows. Go to talkwithskip.com, fill out that link. Fill out that questionnaire, fill it out thoroughly. I'll review that. If you take that, you've taken the time to do that. Wow, see quite a few of you are at that questionnaire. Awesome. Fill it out thoroughly, and I will reach out to you. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok. I will be on this month. I'm going to do a blitz. Got some time. I want to build this show as we build it and we go into the first of the year. Early mornings for me. I know that Deepak, you're in India, Saturday night there. All right. So you can look forward to a show every morning. Right? If you've been following me for a while, I've gone on many runs where I did a show maybe for months, right? So, all right, guys,